You are listening to the Bug School Podcast, powered by Back School of Tech. It's not about code, it's about clarity.
Today we're talking about the fear of not being good enough. That little voice that keeps saying, "Are you sure you even know what you're doing?" Let me start by saying this clearly. Feeling like you're not good enough doesn't mean you're not good enough. It just simply means you are learning something new. This is something that you've not been familiar with before, and you're just jumping in it for the very first time. Of course, it would seem confusing, to seem like you don't even really know what you're doing. And tech generally is full of things you and I have never even seen before. Some of the things that we've seen, it goes deeper than what we even know currently. And for someone who is just starting out, you'll be coming across new set of softwares, new set of tools, new terms, new problems that you'd have to deal with, and your mind would react and start making you feel like, who sent you work? Probably that kind of feeling. But really, it's normal. Everyone goes through it. Even the senior tech experts, everybody just hide it in a way. Some of us just hide it better. And for me, confidence was never my strong side. I'm an introvert, and although learning wasn't my problem, I love learning. I could easily learn anything all on my own. But asking for help, speaking up, showing up, yeah, that part is very, very, very hard. But there were days I would watch tutorials and still feel stupid. These were days without ChatGPT. It was all Stack Overflow, doing a deeper Google search. Days when one small little challenge would make me feel like tech wasn't for me and I have to give up. And like I said, it was really, really difficult asking for help. The funny thing is I had several other tech guys that are friends with me that tend to come to me and ask for help, and I'm always there to help them. And for me, it's difficult for me to do that. But somehow I just kept showing up. I just continued to do it even as an introvert, still doing it quietly and slowly, not boldly, just consistently. And something I read helped me. Norman Vincent said, "You never know what you can do until you try." And while learning tech at the time, I was reading a lot of self-help books to, boost my morale, keep me some positive mindset. And ordinarily, you're always seeing people who seem smarter, they seem faster or more experienced, but you don't see their beginner days. But even sometimes, some people on social media tend to document how they started and how far they've gone. But the way they package it, you assume, yeah, these people are experts. We are all learners at some point, and we all just started somewhere. So although some of the things that you wouldn't see online about people documenting their tech journeys, you don't see their problem solving, you don't see the challenge they go through, you don't see them posting about dealing with the problem. You only see success stories, you don't see their confusion, you only see results that looks like a journey. And that is one of the reasons why our brain tends to trick us. And confidence doesn't show up, it comes after you've done something small. If you're able to successfully solve a problem, if you're able to successfully take a bold step in your learning career, your confidence pops out. So the goal is to be able to build one tiny feature, take one bold step your confidence goes up. Fix one problem, your confidence goes up. Understand at least one concept. Try to do something every day. Confidence is not a feeling, it's an evidence. And you don't need to feel confident to start. You start first. You just have to start, and the confidence follows you. And a few things that has helped me that I believe would be helpful to you as well. But the first thing is, don't learn in silence. If you get stuck, ask someone. And if you're like me, you don't like the idea of asking, or you don't feel okay asking people, use the internet, Google it, search YouTube, ask ChatGPT or any AI tool that you use. You'll definitely get answers. And if you're okay with asking people, just don't try to learn in silence. And also document your learning journey online, either on Twitter or Instagram or LinkedIn or TikTok or any platform. People are watching. It makes the whole learning process very, very easy. And the second one is, stop comparing your day one to someone's year 5. Stop comparing your day one to someone's year 5. It's not a fair fight. You just started. You can't be looking at someone who has been in it for a very, very long time. It would basically just get you overwhelmed. It will make you feel sad. Just don't look at all those. Don't compare yourself. Just continue your learning process. And sometimes if 2 hours a day is a bit a lot for you, you don't have to do 2 hours every day. Even if it's just 5-10 minutes every day, just ensure that each day does not go by without learning something, without covering a certain area from the course material that you purchase. It's just like, okay, let me give you a scenario. I've been extremely occupied lately. I work from 12 p.m. to 12 midnight, and all my mornings are like extremely all booked up. It's meetings. If I'm not taking meetings, I would be reading a book. So I was so busy, and I don't like the idea of going to the gym, so I prefer to do my own workout. So I started working out again. It was been about 2 months now. And when I started with 10 push-ups every day. And as time goes on, I continue to increase it. In fact, I think I can do about 25 push-ups now. I'm improving, but that's not where I'm going. So there are days whereby I don't feel like doing any push-ups or any form of workout. And what I do is I use an habit tracker. So, but what I do is, I have to do 10 push-ups. The extra is additional. So what I usually do is, if I don't work out today, that means I am owing myself 10 push-ups. So tomorrow I'll be doing 20 push-ups. So I just make sure that I'm able to cover up. And if on some days, if I feel like I didn't do, okay, I worked out yesterday, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to work out today. So it simply means by tomorrow I would have to do 20 push-ups. And if by tomorrow if by at the end of the day I realize tomorrow will be so, occupied for me and busy, that simply means on Sunday I'll have to do 30 push-ups. And I don't think I'm capable or have the strength of doing 30 push-ups yet. So looking at that scenario, I can't do 30 push-ups. So what I would do is I would manage to do 5 today. I have 25 left, right? I can still do 25. And tomorrow I could try to do 10. Then I'll have 15 left for Sunday. So it's the same process about reading. So I try to read 30 minutes every day. So sometimes when I don't feel like reading, or maybe I forgot to read, or maybe I got occupied and I couldn't finish, or maybe I got distracted, or maybe something just came up, that simply means tomorrow I have to read for 1 hour. Now, if I don't have 1 hour to read, I know too well that according to my schedule for the following day, I don't have 1 hour to read. Then it simply means I have to make sure I read a little bit today, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's even if it is one paragraph, even if it is one line, I just have to clear that particular day off my list that I was able to read. So it's the same. You could use the same process. You don't need to study for 1 hour, 2 hours every day. But there are going to be some days you were so highly motivated to want to read, to want to learn something new. So those days you can go all in. You can even cover 2 weeks curriculum in just one day because of how excited you are. And there are going to be days when you don't even feel like it's just like contenting. So if you are a content creator, sometimes there are days whereby you would make content for the whole week in a day. Sometimes you might even make content for the whole month in 2 days. So there are always days like that. You can't force motivations, and sometimes there are some unexpected things that might come up. It could be lack of internet subscription for that particular moment. It could be electricity. So those things might put you in a very, very sad moment, a sad mood. So the best way to go about it is to try to, always be prepared for everything. So don't forget that. Stop comparing your day 1 to someone's year 5. Now the next one is break things down. You don't need to learn tech. You just need to learn one thing today. So you don't need to, if you want to learn software, you don't need to learn software engineering. You just need to learn part of it every day. So that is breaking. You can use AI if you don't have an online course. You can't afford an online course. You could use AI to break down curriculums. There are enough YouTube tutorials online that you could follow up with, that you could use to learn without distraction. All you just have to do is break it down. Even ChatGPT, if you use ChatGPT or Gemini, especially Gemini will direct you to some YouTube materials. So the perfect way I would suggest is use Gemini to create a kind of a course curriculum outline. That is, if you can't afford to purchase a course or enroll to school. So, but if you really want to learn any skill, I think you could reach out to me. I always have access to several course materials, even some old courses and some old lessons that I taught. I can share them with you. But if you would go for the whole AI outline idea, that works too. So you use Gemini, especially Gemini. I recommend Gemini because it's easy to access YouTube in there. Though ChatGPT does the same thing and a few other ones, but Gemini just do that thing differently. So you use Gemini to create a course outline. You want to learn data analytics, let it create the outline for you and the tools that you need to. Then what you now do is for each of all those outline, it should break it down for you on each day. Then for each day, it should find you a YouTube material that fits into that outline. You'll be surprised what that AI would gather for you. So all you just have to do is follow up on those materials one after the other. So there are some of those YouTube materials that will be like 1 hour. There's some that will be like 5 minutes. There's some that will be like 15 minutes. So those 1 hour materials, you don't have to finish them. You don't have to complete them in a day. You just always, take your time. The goal is just to ensure that you learn something new every day. So don't forget, break things down. So the next one is celebrate small wins. Even if it's just a little bit of a problem that you solved, even if it's just a pivot table that you created, even if it was just a button that you designed or a button that you coded, or maybe even a form, celebrate small wins. It's very, very, very important. And the final one is to take breaks. Overthinking makes you feel dumb. Rest so that you can be able to reset your button. So take break. It's okay to go all in, but don't just try to work yourself out in all these things. You don't need to. There's always room to rest. So yep, that is it. So if you've been feeling like you're not good enough, listen, you're not behind. You are just early. You're early, and trust me, you'll do absolutely fine. And everyone who is great today, we all once look at the screen and felt confused. So thank you for listening. See you in the next episode.